Hey, what's up everyone? Today, I'm gonna talk about one of my absolute favorite fragrances from the House of Creed. Creed Erolfa. So stay tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. My name is Scented Paradise, and I gotta tell you, Creed Erolfa is one of the best natural smelling Oceanic Aquatic fragrances I've ever got my nose on. I absolutely love this scent. There is nothing out there that is remotely close to this quality. It's clean, crisp, fresh, citrusy, and it's sophisticated with this nice woody, salty, musky base. This one really reminds me of going sailing. And I've been on a boat a few times. I've been sailing, so it brings some really great memories back. And what I really like about this, it has this interesting sweetness from melon. You got bergamot, lime, lemon. I think you also get a little bit of mandarin as well, and basil. So it gives you a little bit of spice with this herbal tone to it in the opening. Then it transitions to coriander, and then you got some pepper and lavender, so it is aromatic as well. Now the dry down is quite nice. You got cedarwood, sandalwood, musk, and ambergris, and that ambergris is what gives off this salty, like coastal vibe. It reminds me of like being on the Mediterranean coastal line out on a boat. It's such a great fragrance. What I also like about it, it's inoffensive. It's great for casual and professional work settings. It does draw in compliments. And for being a clean fragrance that is still retaining that sophistication, it's well done, well balanced, extremely versatile, great for spring and summer. Far as longevity goes, it's a moderate performing fragrance, anywhere from 4 to 7 hours. Now, what I'm getting right here, right now, I'm getting that coriander, I'm getting that pepper, and I'm also getting that basil. But it's got this nice sharp ginger that's starting to come out. Man, it's such a beautiful fragrance. I got a good deal on this. When I bought the original vetiver, I ended up buying this one as well. So this and original vetiver were my first two Creed fragrances I ever bought. And I got them from Fragrance Net. I paid about 180 bucks a pop for a 50 milliliter. I didn't see a point of owning a 100 milliliter, considering how many fragrances I already own in my personal collection. As you can see, that's back there if I move. And then I got some way up top. So with that being said, Creed Erolfa. What I like about this too, it's named after a couple of people. I believe one of them is Oliver Creed, and I forget the other person. And I find it quite interesting that this house has been around 1760. And I read the story about it, and that's why I like this house so much. In fact, I'd say probably a few weeks ago, me and my brother went up to Saks Fifth, and we went to Louis Vuitton. I picked up one of my knit hats, which was this one, and a couple of fragrances there. And we decided to go up to the counter where they have all the Creed fragrances, and we decided to smell a bunch of them, and we got to go home with free decants. And I spent some time with Erolfa, and I fell in love with that one. Literally, it's probably my most favorite. And there is not one fragrance in my collection that is remotely this stunning. This is such a beautiful, well-done fragrance. And for the cost and the price, I could understand why it has a hefty price point. Regardless if it doesn't last long or not, it's the quality of the oil that they are using. And I know some people are going to say, but there's other fragrance houses that are doing the same thing. And not really. I mean, I'm not going to hate on other fragrance houses out there, but you have to draw the line eventually in the middle when it comes to working with raw materials and more natural smelling perfume oils. It's going to cost some money. And the time and effort you put into a beautiful fragrance like this, so delectable. Such a beautiful, fresh, clean, sophisticated Freshie Aquatic. And I think it's one of the best aquatic fragrances from the House of Creed. Now, keep in mind, some of these other brands out there, they tend to work with a little more synthetic, in-house made chemicals. So yeah, sure, those will definitely perform longevity and all that stuff. And I've came across other Freshie Aquatics from other niche brand houses that use raw materials and something a little more natural at a higher oil concentration, where you're definitely going to get more hours. Now, generally, when you got something in the opening with bergamot, lemon, lime, and mandarin, those typical scents tend to dissipate within 15 minutes. But I'm still getting it here. I'm picking up the mandarin, lemon, lime, and the melon. I still kind of get, but I'm really getting that basil. I'm getting that coriander. I'm getting that pepper. And I'm getting this sharp ginger. They did a fantastic job with this. I think this is an older batch, as I'm not mistaken. I ended up looking up some of the batch codes, so I got a nice batch. And I'm happy to have this in my personal collection. Speaking of the devil, I have another Creed on the way. I ended up buying another one last night, and I got one in today, and I can't wait to do my first impressions on that. So with that being said, how many of you guys out there like Creed Erolfa? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear some feedback. Let me know your thoughts, likes, or dislikes, but I can tell you this much. I love this one. Hands down, it's probably the best Creed I've ever got my nose on so far, and this is my number one favorite Creed fragrance that I own. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to more of my content. Peace out.